Hey, what is up, everybody? This is Stevie Breach coming to you here talking about the New Year's edition of Monday Night Raw. This one is going to be a big one. Honestly, mark your calendars for this show, because I've been saying this honestly for a long time here on the Stevie Breach channel, is that the first edition of Monday Night Raw is a lot like the Raw after WrestleMania. This is basically to give WWE a big kick in the pants coming out of the holidays, where some numbers were down. Basically, they're putting that behind them. They did have a few shows before Christmas time and the time before Christmas rolled in, but through those days of football, there was some pretty bad Raws where it was almost like they weren't even trying. They were just trying to fill up 3 hours of television. They weren't trying to enhance any programs that were going on. They weren't trying to really give their product a kick in the pants. They just were sort of going through the motions. This is going to be having some big matches on it, but the big match that's going to be the main event is actually going to be an Intercontinental Championship match. This match is going to be Roman Reigns going up against Samoa Joe, and Kurt Angle, who is a babyface GM, has put the terms on the match, basically saying that if Roman Reigns finds himself being disqualified, he will be stripped of the Intercontinental Championship and it will be given to Samoa Joe. Apparently, Roman Reigns has been kicking too much ass in WWE, and they're trying to put an end to it. I don't know if this is a way to get them out of the angle, which I didn't really even understand why or how it got started. They decide, I'm going to put the Intercontinental title on Roman Reigns. I'm going to put the tag titles on Dean Ambrose and Seth Rollins. And all of a sudden, the Shield is going to have all the gold. No, you don't have all the gold, because the gold is still around the waist of Roman Reigns. I apologize, against Brock Lesnar. And the goal here should be for us to get Roman Reigns and Brock Lesnar in the same ring without it making it realize that they're trying to wait until WrestleMania. This has been like one of the easiest storylines to follow, because it's the same storyline that they've been running since WrestleMania 31, trying to get Roman in the same ring with Brock Lesnar for the championship at WrestleMania, because they believe that is what it's going to take to get Roman Reigns over. I think that honestly, Samoa Joe, in the role as being Intercontinental Champion, makes a whole lot of sense. It sort of puts him on the rise. He had the match against Brock Lesnar at Great Balls of Fire. That was a really, really good match. The only sort of things you can really say again about it is that the match was honestly kind of short. It had enough. I think it left a lot of people wanting more. Just like it is with us trying to see if we can get Finn Balor a shot at Brock Lesnar, it's just that Brock isn't around that much, and there's a lot of matches, and people would like to see AJ Styles go up against Brock Lesnar again, I'm sure. It's just, we don't know how we're going to be able to get there. Sooner than later, they're going to be on the hunt for Roman Reigns to go into the Royal Rumble. I don't think that Roman is going to win it. I actually think it's going to be a member from SmackDown who wins it, because this year Monday Night Raw has the Elimination Chamber, which is going to be taking place before WrestleMania to name the #1 contender. I'm guessing because Brock Lesnar is not scheduled to appear at that show, and I don't see him losing the championship. So what I think is going to have to happen is that Roman's going to have to go into the Royal Rumble, but he's going to have to not win it. That's probably going to have to take some sort of big elimination, or a surprise, or some sort of a turn on him, whether that's Rollins dumping him over the top, or Jason Jordan, or I really don't know who else it could be, but that would set up those two competitors being in the Elimination Chamber, and Roman having to wait until then to actually get his hands on him, and at the same time winning the chamber to go on and main event WrestleMania, where he would go up against Brock Lesnar for the Universal Championship. So, in my opinion, I think that's better. The sooner you get that title off of Roman Reigns, The Intercontinental Championship, I'm sure it looks good on his resume when you go look at his Wikipedia page down at the bottom. But honestly, it doesn't really make a whole lot of sense, especially when you have Roman being out there saying, we're taking all the gold. And he's made no mention of going after Brock Lesnar. I'm not saying that he's scared of him. I'm just saying that, you know, if Roman Reigns is saying this is his yard, he's the top dog, shouldn't you at least be showing up and putting your chest in this guy's chest and trying to tell him that he's, you know, the Universal Champion, but this is your yard? I mean, that's basically what WrestleMania 33 was supposed to be, with, you know, Undertaker passing the torch to Roman Reigns and seeing where we get from there. So I'm going to go home. I think when I get home, I'm either going to watch an episode of Nitro, or I'm going to watch some Impractical Jokers. So one or the other. We'll see you guys down the road. Talk to you guys after Monday Night Raw. Peace out, everybody.